Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to Sky Factory. So in between episodes, I have been doing quite a bit of work over here preparing for the planting of our new farms. So I built the platform that goes all the way out underneath the farm area, and so we'll be able to access the bottom to put in our wiring and power and all of that. Now, as far as the power is concerned, I have been working heavily on that, and we now have 4 of the solar panel 4s. So we're producing quite a bit of power up here. It turns into 1024 RF a tick. So actually, if we grab our what book was that? I think it's over here in the bookshelf. But our achievement book, we're going to mark that one off because that is one of our achievements. So I don't know where that one goes. Let's see, right here, produce 1000 RF a tick. We have done that. So that is pretty good feeling. So I don't think we have done anything else yet. No. I don't think we have, no. So we'll go ahead and put the achievement book back here. Now I've been making lots and lots of glass because, those solar panels took a lot of glass. So periodically I just come over here and throw some sand in and grab the glass out. In order to get more sand, I have pretty well shut down the sieving operation, and we are pulverizing cobblestone into gravel, gravel into sand, so the sand goes down into this one and our dust gets sieved. And also we have the chance of a secondary output of sand in this top one. That goes into this barrel. Now I have upgraded the second pulverizer here to hardened, and both of these guys have the secondary reception coil augment. Now this increases the speed by 2, and no, that is not 50% energy increase. We go from 40 to 120 RF a tick. So power has been an issue for us. But here starting out today, I want to get our storage issue a little bit more secure. So here a little while ago, I had all of these drives full. I could not put anything more in our ME system, and we can't be having that all the time. So I want to make a few more of our drives, but I have made some larger drives. So if we look at applied energistic stuff here, I have a 1K storage, I have one 16K storage, and I've got 2 of the 4K. So I want to get those into drives, but in order to do that, we need to get some of this stuff cleared out so that we don't end up with a whole bunch of garbage cells that we can't even use. So to empty out a storage cell, we need this right here, the ME IO port. So this thing takes 2 drives with nothing in them, a logic processor, ME glass cable, some glass of some kind, and iron. I have already made the drives. Hopefully we have everything else. There we go. ME IO port. So storage cell shuffle. That's a tongue twister. Okay, so we've got that. All that we have to do with this is connect it to our network somehow. So the next thing that I want to do, we are going to make that 16K storage into a storage cell. So that's this one right here. We're going to go ahead and make that up. And no, I don't want empty storage cells. But we are going to go ahead and put this in here. And now we're going to take out some of our drives. So if we drop this in here, we can see right away it pulls all of the items out. Oh, and we have spots for acceleration cards in there. So now what we can do with this, if we shift right click on the storage cell that is empty, it will break it apart into its storage component and the storage housing. So now we can grab our 4K storage cell, and we combine that back with the storage housing, we get a 4K storage cell. So that's pretty nice. We can clean some of this stuff up get to where we have better storage, and I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more of these. I should have enough now to make one more of the 4K. We weren't so much running out of types this time around as just running out of space. So I want to try to get this all kind of sorted out. And another thing that we can do is run these through one at a time and make sure that we have condensed everything down on our drives, that we don't have the same item on multiple drives. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that, and I think here real quick I'm going to go ahead and make another one of these 4K storage. So yep, I'm going to get this all sorted out, and I will be back in just a little bit. Well, I ran into a couple of problems as I started to look at building this structure upward for the farms. The first one, of course, was the dirt issue. And even though we still have a fair amount of dirt, I know that we're going to be running out pretty fast because it is 81 dirt per level, which is more than a stack. So we can't get too far on the 600 some dirt that we have right now. The next thing was I ran out of logs. So I figured I could kill two birds with one stone on that one. I set up my harvester over here on this tree for just a little while, set it to shear leaves, and I got a full barrel of leaves and several stacks of logs. So that worked out really good, and I guess I forgot to drop off this glass in here. So we're getting close to 1,000 glass now. That's working good. But so I've got the composter set up here again. I've got 4 speed upgrades in here, and so it really fills them fast. We can actually see it filling around the line here. I put these covers in the middle just to keep the extra utilities pipes from interconnecting, so it just checks right down the line instead of going in circles. That's one thing that I have noticed about extra utilities, at least in the past, is that if you have looping pipes, sometimes it will create loops that run you out of memory, so got to kind of be careful with that. But so we're getting dirt, we got wood, so that's all taken care of. Now the next thing is we need to start building this up. So you know, it's just going to be a repeat of this same pattern over and over and over. I think I'm going to put probably 4 blocks between each layer. That way we could possibly put a ceiling if we wanted to, but we definitely need some room for wiring because we're going to have power and ME cable running to the planter, and then we're also going to have power, ME cable, and liquid of some kind going to the harvester. Now I'm thinking I'm going to put the harvester in this block right here because it will harvest 1 block above it, and then of course the planter will be under this torch, under the dirt. Now the next thing that I was thinking about was water. So obviously we want to have this thing watered, and a 9x9, if we put water right down the center, you know, right in this block right here, it will water the whole thing. So that's probably what we're going to do. One of the things that I had wanted to try to do was just have a column of water falling down through all of the levels and watering all of the farms at once. And I suppose I still could do that. I could put it like in each corner and it would water the entire thing. But yeah, I'll have to decide for sure what I want to do there, but we will need a water source somewhere on that farm. And the last thing that we have to worry about here is getting our ME signal over there. So I could run these Fluix cables, just the regular glass cables, but I'm afraid we're going to run out of channels right away. So AE2 has the ability to have 8 channels per connection to a controller. So right now we have the ability, or 8 channels for these wires when connected to a controller. So if we connect multiple of these wires to the various sides of that controller, we can get more channels, but we have to keep them all separated, and it's kind of a pain. So the other thing that we can do is we can put in a dense cable. Now the dense cable gives us 32 channels off of each side of the controller, and then we can split it down into these later. Now, there are a lot of people that have used subnetworks and P2P channels and tunnels and things like that. I'm not even going to bother doing any of that stuff, but I figure if we can run one dense cable from wherever our ME system is going to be located, which could be in the floor here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet, but I'm going to run one dense cable out here and run power alongside it. We shouldn't have any trouble. That will allow us to have up to 8 layers on this farm set. And we could run a second cable later for the opposite side, and we could have 8 more layers. So yeah, I think that should be plenty. So what we're going to do here real quick is we are going to make up some of those dense cables. So if we come over here, gray, no, we just want the regular dense cable. That would be this one right here. So to make that, we need covered cables. Well, the covered cables are just a glass cable with wool. So I went ahead and took all of the string that I had gotten from our mob farm before and turned it into wool. So we have 177 wool. That will make a fair amount of the covered cables. Now, I don't know how much of the Fluix cable we have. We have 35 of those, so we will need to make a few of them. And that takes the quartz fiber, this one right here. So we'll just have to see how much of that stuff we have available. So the first thing we want to do is make a bunch more of this glass cable. No, not purple, just regular. So we'll go ahead and make a bunch of this, and we have 23 of the pure crystals. You know what, before we do that, we're going to take a couple of stacks of this stuff, and we're going to set it in here for crushing into powder. So let's go ahead and pull that gravel out of there. No, whoops. I guess we'll pull that out of there. And then we'll put this one in here. That will give us 2 stacks of the Fluix dust. We'll combine that with some sand, and that will give us the seeds. So I'm going to have to set up my whatever crystal growth chamber again, or accelerator. And actually, when I think about it, do we have AE2 stuff? Yes, we do. Okay, the crystal growth chamber. Now this is really nice. So we're going to need one more of the growth accelerators, a glass cable, a chest, and a hopper. So let's go ahead and make this up, because this thing is a lot more convenient. So we need one of these, so we need a Fluix block. We'll just go ahead and use the 4 because it's the same. Then we should have everything else. Yep, okay, so there's our 6 of those. And we should have everything. Well, no, we don't have a hopper available. So now we have everything here. There we go, crystal growth chamber. Now this thing, we'll just plop it down here real quick next to our AE system somewhere. I suppose right there should be fine. And all that we have to do is drop in the seeds, I believe. Yeah, and so now that is working. Now I thought that we had the ability to put in our speed up or acceleration cards in that thing, but maybe not. But we can see that this is going pretty fast, and it's actually, I think it's doing that to all 58 of them. So we'll have the 58 crystals really quick. So there we go, we've got the rest of that. So, oh, I guess I didn't need to grab more sand. So let's just try dropping in 3.5 stacks and see if they all grow at the same time. Oh, they do. Nice. So we got 58 of the pure crystals there. And now that really speeds things along. So yeah, we'll just wait for about another 30 seconds and we'll have all of those. But so let's go back to Applied Energistics. And we want the glass cable right here. So we're wanting that. And we need a few more crystals. Okay, there we go. They're all done, ready to go. So we should be able to make a full stack of those. Oh, nope. We are out of the quartz. So let's try this real quick. So we'll make a couple of stacks of that. And now we'll come back over here, make a few more of these glass cables. And I suppose that should be enough for now. Now we want to turn those into covered cables. So that's this one here. And we'll make... Okay, well, that many, because that's how much wool we had. So there's that. And now we need the dense cable, which takes 4 of the covered cables plus a redstone plus a glowstone. Now, we've been getting glowstone from sieving our dust, so that's no problem. I'm not entirely sure what putting water with it does. As far as I know, that's the same thing. Same metadata, everything looks the same. So let's go ahead and make up, I suppose, I don't know, 30 of these. And these we will run underneath then, and actually when I think about it, we will probably be using one of our channels. I noticed this earlier, so the P2P tunnels, they have additional things here. We have an EU tunnel, an item tunnel, a light tunnel, fluid, the ME tunnel, an RF tunnel, and a redstone tunnel. So I think we're probably going to use this RF tunnel, and we will be able to use one channel in our dense cable to move our power out to our farms. So let's see, what does it take to make that? Oh, there's no recipe. Oh, well, that stinks. So, do any of these have recipes? The regular ME one does. Well, that stinks. Here I thought I had seen something good, and now it doesn't work. Well, that bites. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and make up enough of these cables to run out to our farm area. And I suppose I'll just have to make like some hardened flux ducts to run our power out there. Eventually we may be able to set up some solar panels on the top, or even get some tesseracts going on. But yeah, we got our crystal growth chamber now. That's really going to speed things along. And yep, I'm going to get to building on that, and I'll be back when I'm done with it. So as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work on this farm tower here. And yeah, it's got kind of a rustic look to it, with the logs going up the side and cobblestone walls, things like that. So we have a layer here that is dirt. That's going to be our farm. Oops. Then we have a layer of stone, and this one is going to be for more utility things, you know, our wiring or piping, things like that. And then the next layer is once again a layer of dirt. So, yep, that's the way that I'm going to set this up. But I did run into a major problem here, and that is that we didn't have enough wool to make all of our dense cable here. So I almost made it out here. I got really close, and that's where the last one ended up being. So I need to get some more wool, and I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to get an MFR spawner going. So I think what I want to do is get that, but I don't think we have any gas tiers right now. So if we look up, yeah, see, we don't have any gas tiers. So let's just check on soul sand. So we have 2 soul sand. We may have to get a little bit more of this going. Now we do have 6 fortune upgrades here in our sieve, so that may help, but let's see if we can get a gas tier here. We got nether quartz that time, and just nether quartz. So what we're going to need to do is set something up for getting our gas tiers. So I think we have some mycelium in here. Yeah, we have 2 of those. and we have a fair amount of dirt in our inventory. So what we need to do is set up a little bit of this mycelium and some dirt around it. And we've done this before in Crash Landing, but this mycelium will spread over all of that dirt. And then what we need to do is make a bunch of our barrels. So we need some slabs. We'll make a bunch of those, clear that out, and we will make some spruce barrels this time. So, yep, we've got 18 barrels. That's way more than I needed. Now, which side did I go on? This one here. Now, I'm going to have to come up with something that is going to help with identifying which direction I'm going. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but we need our watering can, and we need our 2 water buckets. And once again, I got turned around and confused. Yeah, that is going to be a big problem. So first we need to get this mycelium to spread over the whole thing. There we go. Then we will place down our barrels. And now what we do is, first off, we are going to make a water source here. So let's go ahead and place down some dirt, drop our water, and then we will fill these with water. Now right away we can see this is transforming, and this is going to turn into witch water. Now the witch water we can put sand in and make soul sand. So we're going to do that first. And we have a whole bunch of sand over here. In fact, I think we have a full 64 stacks of it already. Yep, we have a full 64 stacks. We're out of space there. So yeah, everything is kind of backing up in our system here, and actually I want to take that out of this bottom one. But so now what we do is we just right click this sand on this witch water, and we get soul sand. And that's kind of weird that it's red in the barrel, but whatever, it's soul sand. So I'm going to refill all of these real quick and get that converting back into witch water, and we're going to go and see if we can get ourselves a gas tier out of the 9 soul sand that I just got. And the thing is this water changes so fast, it's almost as quickly as you can fill the water. So let's just see here if we can get any gas tiers, please. Come on, gas tiers? Okay, there we go. Gas tier! Yay! Okay, so now we need some ender pearls, and I'm hoping that we have some of these. Yes, we do. Okay, so we need 4 plus our gas tier, and that gives us a safari net. Now the next thing that we need is this auto spawner, or I think it's auto spawner. Yep, so the auto spawner, we need a magma cream, sugar, nether wart, emeralds, a factory machine block, and some plastic sheets. Now these plastic sheets, I am out of those, so we'll go ahead and make up some of them. And let's just see, what else are we missing? Okay, so we are missing our magma cream. So I think, yep, we have what we need for that, and we can use coagulated blood for that. But so this is going to give us our auto spawner, and now what we need to do is set this up somewhere. Now we're going to have power to it, but we'll want our auto spawner and our grinder set up, and the grinder is right here. And I guess what we could do instead is just spawn in a bunch of sheep and use the rancher on it. So let me just see here. Whoops, I am clicking everywhere that I'm not supposed to be. So if we look up the rancher, this is also a Mine Factory Reloaded machine. Now this thing will do things like shear sheep and milk cows, things like that. So we need plastic pipe, factory machine block, shears, bucket, and plastic sheets for this. So let's go ahead and get in here and start making this stuff. So the pipes are pretty simple. Whoops. So we need to have our pipes. I'm pretty sure we need to make our shears, and then we should be able to make the machine. Yep, there we go. So there's the rancher. So I suppose what I will do is I'll get this set up somewhere, and we'll have to make a fence that the sheep can't get out of, but we'll spawn in a whole bunch of sheep and then let them start to be sheared so that we can get our wool to make our ME cable. So I'm going to get that all taken care of, and I will be back once it's set up. So I'm just going to be temporarily using this upper level of the farms for this sheep, because I haven't built anything over here for them. But so I just planted some grass here, let it spread. I have put the rancher here with a diamond chest next to it. I made up 2 new solar panels so that we would have power for these guys. And then I had a full open blocks tank of mob essence that we're going to be using to spawn this. So what we'll do is forget that we need to grab a sheep. That's what we'll do. So we got to run back to our ME system real quick and grab one of our sheep that is in a golden lasso. And it really surprises me that with all the time that we have been out here working, that no new mobs have spawned. But okay, so we're going to take our golden lasso. We are going to set this sheep down. We're going to grab it, with a safari net. Wrong click. Now we can put this sheep into our auto spawner. And we'll want to get a fence ready. But we can drop this in here, exact copy no, so it will just spawn the sheep as they should be. And this will just keep dealing with sheep for a while here. The rancher will shear them. We'll get our wool in this chest. And basically, I'm just going to let that spawn sheep until we run out of essence. But I think I'm going to have to check on the length of the episode, see how things are going, and I will be back in a little bit. So this little temporary sheep farm has really been doing a good job. I went ahead and put in just some regular covered cables coming up through here from my ME system, and I have an import bus here, and it's pulling all of the items out of the chest and putting them into the ME system. Now also I have some hardened flux ducts here, and the hardened flux ducts, I did not realize this, but nope, that's the wrong button. We have to use the leadstone flux ducts to make those. And also we, if we look at the flux ducts, the redstone are required to make the resonant. So yeah, we have one and then an upgrade, and then one and then an upgrade. So, and then I guess we have these as well. These are the total upgrades. These have infinite RF transfer capabilities. So yeah, maybe someday, not right now. But how we are going to be powering this right now, I went ahead and made another solar panel 4, put it up here with a hardened energy cell, so that is going to supply power for our harvesters and planters. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we are going to start setting some of this stuff up. So first off, I want to drop down here to the bottom, and we are going to put our harvester right here. That will be facing out into the area. We've got power now to it, so if we look here, we have power. And then what we'll do is we will put, oh, well, that's not going to work. We're going to have to put a chest here and then import from the chest. That kind of stinks. I forgot about that. So then what we're also going to do here that I haven't done yet, we're going to run this cable into the middle, which, where is the middle? Right here. Right here, right above this torch. So that is the center of this. We're going to place the planter right here. We don't need this cable here. And we are going to put an export bus on this one. And we want to export... I grabbed the seeds. Where did they go? Well, that's weird. I wanted to export the Minicio seeds into that. So I guess we'll have to put that in from the top or something. No big deal. So if we come in here... Oh, I put it in a crafting terminal. What a nitwit I am. Okay, so let's drop that off. We don't need that anymore. And then we're going to want a chest. And we'll just grab a bunch of those just for quickness and ease. So what we're going to do, we're going to have this harvester dumping into the chest. If I can get this here. And then we are going to have to place... And actually, we can't remove that. So we're going to place a cable here. We're going to place an import bus on the side of the chest. On the side, not the top. Thank you. And then over here in the middle, we will remove this. Yeah, we'll remove this one as well. Network Apprentice. What? Okay, that was kind of strange. So we're going to put in the Minicio seeds for export here. Now this is going to slowly fill up, so what I want to do, I think, is fill this with some other garbage. It's about the only thing that I can think of. We'll have to go and get a little bit more junk here in a little bit. So we're going to place this down here, and then we have a bucket of water. We're going to place that in the center. So I have decided that's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab like some cobblestone or something to fill that planter with so that we only have one stack of seeds. And there was one other thing we needed. Oh, we needed to get power to the planter. So we'll run down here real quick and get this planter filled up and powered, and we should start to see stuff being planted. So let's go ahead and fill this up here real quick. And we'll drop that in there. Yeah, stop it. Stop it. There we go. And then to get rid of these seeds, we'll just drop them back into the chest. Those should be imported back into the system. And then we will run our flux ducts underneath here to the planter. So now we should have energy, we should have seeds, we've got everything going on there. Let's get back up top and we should see everything being planted. So we are going to be needing a lot of the Minicio essence here at the beginning. I may actually set up multiple levels of the Minicio crop. But we are slowly going to be getting additional crops to take care of things that we need. Such as redstone and things like that. So, don't tell me that I have to hoe this myself. Well, I always thought that the planter could auto hoe the ground, but maybe not. So let's grab our mattock. It's not in there. There it is. Okay, well, we'll go and hoe the ground manually then. So that's kind of strange and unfortunate, but if we come through here and hoe all of this, is that going to start planting? Yeah, we fell in a hole. Yes, apparently it will. Oh, well, that's part of the other problem. We need upgrades. Ooh, we got a diamond modifier for our mattock here. So we are going to need to increase the range of this thing by 3. So let's see here. On our upgrades, we need +3, so that's going to be an iron upgrade. Not extraordinarily difficult. Some raw plastic, gold coins or gold ore berries, and I think gold nuggets, yep. And then redstone and iron. So not that big of a deal. We'll need to get one of those in the planter, one of those in the harvester, and this will start to do its thing. But I do think I am going to say that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you have any thoughts or anything about what I could be working on, be sure to leave those down in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye!